Welcome to Ahead of the Curve. Subscribe now.
Welcome to Ahead of the Curve 1776. It is I, Mr. Curve. On this page, we talk about everything from economic data, monetary policy, politics, market, and trading strategies. So let's get to the money and let's get to the markets. Down here, guys, are all my videos. Please watch each and every one of my videos. Big shout out to 3.8 subs. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please watch the ads, guys. That's how we fund the channel. And we will be giving reciprocity to everybody via this content. So I do appreciate you. Please like, share, comment, and hit the bell notification for the latest videos. And we'll get you guys now over to the economic data. So we had the Fed actually release a report last night. I actually get the notifications directly from the Federal Reserve. I actually am a part of their email list, their newsletter and email list. So basically, they are joining up with the Treasury, and they're going to make sure that everything is fully funded, guys. So liquidity is incoming, and that's good news because for traders like me and investors, we like to see the money flowing in. So that way we're able to capitalize on trades, that way we're able to get that VIX down to where it should be, and that way we're able to stay ahead of the curve. So as you guys can see here, not much going on today. For Monday, March 20th, we had ECB leader Lagarde spoke, and then we had a trade balance. Japan is off for today as far as their trading goes. We're also going to have the monetary minutes for Australia, so Reserve Bank of Australia, we'll see what that looks like in a little bit here. And then tomorrow we have the CPI for Canada, Bank of Canada, and see what they're part of the G7. We'll see what that looks like. Also, we're going to have some more job loading from Lagarde, and then existing home sales tomorrow. And then last but not least, guys, that FOMC meeting for the wrap up of the two-day meeting on Wednesday, and where it looks like we're going to take a quarter point. So liquidity is definitely incoming at this point. Like I told you guys in my other videos, it's very moot. I view this as a dovish hike. And again, it's going to be what it is. They'll probably get here, but the Fed's futures are pointing towards maybe a couple months, and this is going to reverse course. So I'm definitely looking to see how this unfolds. I will tell you guys, should have told you this in my last video, but basically I do not trade up to the interest rate decision. A lot of liquidity is on the sideline, plus fresh liquidity is dumped into the markets after the meeting via the Fed. There's just a theory of mine. I have not proven that, obviously, but pretty much that's when the influx of capital does come back in. So whether it's on the sidelines or it's people getting back into the game, it is what it is, guys. But definitely we do see a huge uptick after that. So we definitely will have some interesting things on Thursday. So we'll have a lot of liquidity being dumped back in as well on Thursday after the Bank of England meeting as well as the Swiss meeting, and then we're going to have basically PMI galore on Friday. So we're definitely looking to capitalize on all of this, guys. Make sure you're doing your due diligence. Make sure you do your homework on each and every asset that you are involved in. Let's get you guys now over to the Euro/US dollar, the most liquid pair in Forex. The dollar was definitely overall weaker today. That definitely was a risk on sentiment today. Basically, stocks were up. Only thing that was pretty much virtually down as a commodity was pretty much WTI and the oils there. But other than that, everybody was up, guys. We do still have this contagion fears going on. Will it be something? Probably not, because if the Federal Reserve could just turn on the spigots, then we're going to be, we're going to be up and away as always. So as you guys can see here, early morning trading, the real takeoff happened during the late Asian early Euro session, and then we definitely pushed up a lot higher, but then we kind of leveled off at about 8 o'clock today, and then we just been basically staying the course for the most part, just trying to get into that two-day meeting. The two-day meeting does start today, so pretty much we just kind of coast here. And then, it'll start tomorrow, but people most likely coast, just keeping the capital on the side. So I do not expect a lot of price action until after the meeting. And then we'll probably see more fireworks after that press conference so we can get further clarity on what their guidance is supposed to look like. Let's get you guys now over to the commodities. Gold shot up. We got the 1 hour chart here. Gold shot up to get above that 2,000 threshold. Absolutely bananas, guys. And then it pulled back significantly. That is a psychological resistance level there. So we're pulling back, and we'll probably lay steady here in a sideways consolidated period until after that meeting, guys. So let's get you guys now over to WTI. WTI definitely shot up a little bit. It definitely was going back and forth for the most part, but it definitely did shoot up a little bit here in the late afternoon session. It was just literally abysmal. I had a trade in here and it just kept going sideways, so I did liquidate. But basically, we just pushed up here in the Asian/Euro session, and then we kind of stayed the course, and then we did push up late afternoon trading, which does typically happen if we don't see anything. Also, Anybody speaking in the morning does kind of tend to push everybody towards the later half of the trading session. So maybe about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central, maybe a little bit earlier than that. But that's typically when people start to come into the markets to get involved. Let's get you guys now over to BTC, my favorite. Absolutely on a tear, guys. I think it went up about 30% in a week overall with my portfolio, but it's just absolutely crazy. For today, though, kind of staying the course. Again, we are waiting to see what is going to happen. It's probably going to hover around that 27, 28 mark. It probably will, if it does move, it won't probably get past that 30,000 unless some type of words get out as far as some type of contagion or situation where it's a little bit more dovish than we anticipated. Let's get you guys now over to the dollar index. There is a lot going on there, and I want to talk about what it looks like going forward. Dollar index didn't do too bad today, guys. We'll go out on a week chart here so that way we can kind of see yesterday's trading, because we're pretty much already into tomorrow's trading. It starts at 5 for most people, but basically, it kind of stayed the course in and definitely slid off the cliff. We had the euro/US dollar as well as the cable/US dollar did shoot up today, so that means the dollar was weaker, and again, it was expressed in pretty much all commodities. WTI kind of had its sideways provision until later on in the afternoon where it shot up there, but all in all, guys, we are expecting a dovish Fed here. As you guys can see here, this dollar index is definitely pulling back, which it is what it is, guys. That's pretty much what we anticipated. Other than that, we would just have a pure contagion situation, and then possible austerity measures might have to be in place, but you guys know us. Austerity is not the name of the game for us, because we are the lender of last resort. Let's get you guys now over to stocks. I want to talk about a few things there. Now, stocks, guys, had their day today. We had that VIX pulling back. That's a pivotal point there, getting that VIX closer towards that 20 mark. We love to see it there. Price action is more predictable that way. And then we'll look at the pre-action here, pre-market here. We got the futures just pretty much flat for the most part. Again, we're going to have a placid next couple of days as far as trading. I do not expect any fireworks until after the meeting. Euro didn't do too bad as well, too. Asia session for right now is kind of mixed. We got the Nikkei definitely dropping down here. Bonds, let's get into the bonds. Let's see what the bonds are expressing as far as what they believe may be occurring here. Bear with me. So as you guys can see here, we're still inverted here. We actually got some of them actually picking up a little bit here, but as you can see here, once we get to that 2 year on, the 1 month is pretty much right in line. But as you get past that 1 year to the 2 year, we're definitely fully inverted at that point. So basically, we don't see anything going past the next couple of months here before we start inverting back down. Again, I think this is kind of leveling back to where it's supposed to be in theory, but again, once we get those readings and projections, we're definitely probably going to fully be inverted again at that point. And again, guys, we just will have to see how things unfold. I did hear a couple banks will be buying a couple other banks. I'll just leave it at that, and then we'll also got some people, certain banks are going to be backstopping other banks, which, it happens. It definitely does happen. I do think that there will be more liquidity than what most people will require. All they need to do is just safeguard a few banks, guys. And unfortunately, if those smaller banks, just like, President Secretary, Yellen said, if some of those smaller banks, that is inherently the risk that most people do know that they take. I mean, the FDIC does up to the 250, but let's be honest, guys, with the credit union, with the community bank, you're always taking a gamble. Yes, you get better rates. Yes, you probably get better loan rates as well. But you do take a gamble as opposed to going to the big box banks. Then you know what you're going to get. So just please be mindful of that, guys. Let's get you guys now over to who performed pretty well today. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and check out the stock market leaders today. As you know, pretty much they go by the price volume. We had Tesla up a little bit here, trying to get his neck above that 200 mark again at some point. I do think it will probably, in the near term, definitely get up there. As you guys can see here, some of the sectors we're pushing up pretty well. Energies, materials, we're pushing up. Real estate kind of had a little bit. Utilities is going up as well, too. Let's scroll down here. Most popular ETFs, we had the S&P 500 spider push up. We also had the QQQ pushing up a little bit. So all in all, it wasn't too bad, guys. We even had the gold spider pushing up here. A lot of the bond shares were definitely pushing down though overall. But yeah, unusual options activity. I like to go over that a little bit as well too. Ticker symbol LAZR. Definitely do your due diligence on that. Let's go ahead and check out the most the unusual options activity for today. I kind of want to show you guys. I used to show you guys that a little bit here and there, but let's check it out. And I always go by the volume so we can kind of see where the money is. You guys can see here Tesla and Apple. Pretty much majority of the people are pushing up into that, guys. I got a lot of people implied volatility 64. I like to see the delta is above 40. And then as you guys can see here, open interest pull back a little bit, which means that we probably had a little bit of a sell-off on this guy a little bit. Let's go into the full chart. Let's show you that real quick. Which means in the afternoon we probably had a little bit of a sell-off. So we did pretty much have that. We had the push-up happen, and then probably at about 11 o'clock here, 11 o'clock here, we kind of seen it tapered off. And then you guys know my theory. If it goes sideways for too long, it most likely means it's going down. So it did definitely go down a little bit there. But you were able to kind of push back up towards the closing bell to get you some ticks if you got in here about this 1 o'clock mark. But all in all, guys, this is a very, very pivotal week. I wanted to do an extra video for you guys because I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification for the latest videos. And as always, in order to be profitable, one must have the knowledge and insight about the next trader position to stay ahead of the curve. You guys be patient, be vigilant, be prepared, and always stay ahead of the curve. So that way, after the meeting, you'll know what to expect. And I will do a video probably a few hours after the meeting to digest it, that in the statement as well as the press conference, as well as where I see the forward guidance on my own as an investor / trader. Appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Happy trading.